Hello, hello. I have a question for you today. What should gluten-free travel look like for you? So, this is a question that comes up a lot with anyone who has to travel on a restricted diet. So, I wanted to talk about it a little bit today and give you some practical tips about traveling, but mostly I want to give you some real encouragement that you don't have to follow all the advice you get, that you can really make it your own, get control of your own food, and take the stress out of travel altogether. So, this is something that came up in my life personally. When just after I was diagnosed with celiac disease, I got a new job and it required travel. So obviously right off the bat, the first thing you do is get on Google and find your answers, right? And so there were lots and lots of people with lots of tips and tricks and magic questions to ask at restaurants to get a safe meal, right? And I loved all that information. I kind of took it, put it in my back pocket so it would be there when I needed it. But for me, I had to make a decision because this was a new job and I wanted to make a good impression, and being sick, getting glutened, anything like that just really wasn't okay for me. So I decided to get hold of my food. I gave myself permission to, buck the trend, basically. So if you're like me and you have this same feeling where you want to travel, but you want to be able to show up and not worry about being glutened or anything that goes along with that, here's my story about what I do on a regular basis when I have to travel. So the first thing is I try to get a hotel room that has a mini kitchen, sometimes I call it a wet bar, so that I can have a sink, counter space, and a little empty fridge so that I have this separate space for cooking, because cooking out of a bathroom sink is just not great, right? So I've done it, but if you can, wrangle that extra space, really go for it. The next thing is to just simply pack yourself a care package. So usually in my care packages, I take a little box and I put my George Foreman grill and some canned tuna, canned vegetables, fruit, crackers, cereal, anything like that that you kind of keep in your pantry normally anyway. So then you'll know when you get to your hotel room that you already have some food you can eat, so you don't have to worry about it. And the secret is the George Foreman grill, because then if you have time, you can go to the store and you can get some fresh food and you can actually cook it in your room, which is wonderful. So I do have to warn you, some hotels do not allow this, so that is up to your discretion on whether to take something like that with you or not. But it was a lifesaver for me when I was on a week-long trip. To be able to have some hot food was magic. So that's basically those are my two tricks and tips for you. And I wanted to also just tell you a little, it's a sort of secret, that on this trip, people found out that I had food in my room, and a few people actually wanted to come and eat with me. So if you've ever experienced that isolating feeling of when you can't go to dinner with the group or you don't want to or something, just to give you a little more encouragement that sometimes if you're open and you're generous, that was the other thing. I had to be very generous with my time and my food because I was cooking for other people at that point. But it's so heartwarming when people want to share that with you and, appreciate you for that. So that was kind of my bonus tip for you to, be open, honest, and generous about what you're doing. And you might find that it turns out even better than you ever imagined. So I hope this video serves you. I hope you've gotten some good tips and encouragement from me. And I would love to hear from you, so please head over to colleen-bean.com and leave me a comment or send me a message and let me know about your travel experiences. I want to hear, the good and the bad, especially if there's anything I can help you with or any questions you have. I would love to help you out with that. And if you'd like to work with me one-on-one, please send me a message and we can schedule an absolutely free, no strings attached discovery session where you'll walk away with some real clarity and tools to help you get through whatever your issues are around a restricted diet. I'd like to help you out that way. So I will talk to you soon. Head over to choline-bean.com and keep in touch, okay? Bye-bye.